Now these two high school boys, what time did you get up this morning?
Well, we spent the night. We came in yesterday, spent the night, so we didn't have to get up that early.
Okay, well, very good. But they're a little shy. Do you remember when you were in high school and you were a little shy, and you were a ham, you were a geek, you were a little shy? So what I want to have happen here is at the next break, that everybody goes up and introduce yourself to them. Because, that's right, we want to have a pile up. Remember that these are the guys that we're going to be working for the next 20, 30, or 40 years. So make sure, once again, thanks for coming to Contest University. If there are some mistakes on your Contest University certificate, Terry will make sure that you get a new certificate. Just let her know if the name is wrong, call sign is wrong, we'll get that fixed for you. Parking passes or parking vouchers, Terry still has a pile of those. For those of you who have not been able to stay here in the Crown Plaza, in June for next year, for 2016, there will be an opening for the reservations where you can get reservations online or by calling in. I will tell you that last year the hotel sold out in 18 minutes. So it is the mother of all pileups. So those of you who are already staying here, you will get underneath your door a form that you have to fill out and drop in at the front desk before you leave to reserve your spot for next year. So if you're already staying here, you can keep that going. Is Angel, Whiskey Papa 3 Radio here? He is not. Angel is from Puerto Rico. He was attendees at Contest University Caribbean. It was the first time Contest University was in the Caribbean. We had about 65, 70 that attended, and it was quite nice. It was in January down in Puerto Rico. And in March, so just 2 months ago, they have 2 Contest University Italies now. It's so big. They had 420 attend there last March. And the fellow that is responsible for doing a lot of the Contest Universities in Germany is here today. Michael, DL6MHW, please stand up. And Michael, along with Sandy, DL1QQ, also from Germany, are both here working on WRTC 2018. So make your plans now to support and attend WRTC 2018. These are 2 of the people that are responsible. They have a big team that is being assembled, and there's lots of exciting announcements, and I know there's a contest forum presentation on Saturday, so you can see both of them there. All right, so we're going to move forward with a few slides to make you think, because you come to Contest University to learn things. And remember that most everything that you know, you have to find out from somebody else or read it in a book. But 4,000 students have participated in Contest Universities around the world. And the live stream, we see upwards of over 10,000 different people have accessed the live stream so far today. That's incredible. There are over 200 people that have been constantly watching the entire time. So this thing is really taking hold, and the idea is to make it better every year, to make it so more people can access it, no matter if you come to Dayton or if all you can do is watch online, that you can get this information. All of the slide decks are posted so that anybody can get those slide decks, so that you can use those slide decks in your own club presentations. The idea is to take this information and spread it. We have a strategic partnership with the Northern California DX Foundation now. They are hooked on Contest University to the point where they're putting real dollars behind bringing folks like the Bloomington High School here to experience Contest University. And also Christian, K3LR is in the back. Christian has been recording this event and also has got a lot of information that he will use on Ham Nation here. Behind this, I had a couple of people come up to me today and say, geez, how in the heck for $85 can you do all of this? Well, we can't do it without sponsors, and so we're very pleased that Icom and DX Engineering and International Radio have all come together and helped sponsor this. You've got vouchers to go out and spend at the Hamvention that are in the bags, as well as other materials. And we're always looking to do other exciting CTUs. One of the things that we're doing this year is in September, working with Craig Thompson, K9CT, and the W9DXCC. We'll have a Contest University for the first time out there in the Chicago area, and it's really focused on the beginner. It's a super focused on beginner, so that somebody can go to the W9DXCC Contest University and then come to Dayton the next year and get the 1-2. So it's beginner and then a little bit more advanced. How many ideas have you written down today on that notepad, that Icom notepad that was in your bag? It's very important. Don't depend on your memory. If you're like me, you got to have all these notes, and keeping good notes. I mean, there's so many good ideas here. You need to make sure that you write this stuff down so that when it comes time to get into the next contest, and some of us won't operate until, might operate the WPXCW, maybe it's field day, maybe it's not till next fall, but you want to make sure that you're writing down some of the notes. You have access today to some of the finest contesters in the world. They're right here. So make sure that you go up, you've got Ward Silver, the guy that wrote Ham Radio for Dummies. He's right in the back of the room. You want to talk about a rock star of ham radio, he's right there. And, in his spare time, he takes care of the question pool for the general and extra tests and coordinates all that. And then he still had more time left over to do the antenna book and the handbook. So I don't know when he sleeps. He's on the radio too. If you don't come back to the Crown Plaza for anything else Friday night, Ward Silver and his band, the Spurious Emissions Band. Last year, when we had the Spurious Emissions Band over in the Harding Room, where the RIDI and VHF went on this morning, the crowd was so thick, the pizza guys couldn't get through. And there were a bunch of high school kids in the back, like we used to be, sneaking beers and having a great time. So this year we moved the Spurious Emissions Band by popular demand on stage. They'll be here in the presidential ballroom. This divider will be down. It'll be huge. And there'll be 2 screens because the Spurs have all original material, but it's all the background stuff for songs that you know. Your stomach will hurt because you're laughing so hard. So I encourage you, just 10 o'clock tomorrow night down here, 10 to 11, and then we'll throw another pizza party. Make sure you meet somebody new here. I mean, some of us don't really, we like to hide behind the microphone or the key or the RIDI keyboard. But try to meet somebody new here today. You just might enrich your contesting experience in your life. You might make a new friend. So I encourage you to kind of get out of your box a little bit. And ask them about their story. Everybody's got a story. You've got a story. And I love listening to stories. I mean, heck, we stay up till midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning telling stories. Sometimes the stories get a little out of control. Might be a little bit imaginative. And you see, year after year, we give a $10 discount for those of you who go and give a talk to your ham radio club. Local clubs are the heartbeat of this hobby. They're how license classes happen, they're how VE sessions happen, they're how field days happen. This is where new contesters get started. So go to your local club and say, I'll help with a program. I just went to Contest University. Let me tell you about what I heard. Let me tell you about what I learned. And we'll help you with the slides. And even if you want to use some of the YouTube videos that are going to come about from Adrian's work here of recording Salon B, give back. It's so important for us to give back. Now, one of the great things about working at DX Engineering is that I get to hear horror stories day in and day out. We have some of the best experts on the phone there. And so I get, you know, there was a guy who got an antenna tuner here a few months ago, and he sent it back a week after he bought it. And we said, was there something wrong with it, sir? He says, no, I tuned my antenna and I sent it back. And he was serious. But that tells you that's an opportunity. That's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for you to get involved in your local club. So many times now, the ham radio stores, Ham Radio Outlet, AES, Gigaparts, we become the Elmers. We become the Elmers because sometimes there isn't a local club. When I say, well, do you have a buddy that can help you put up this dipole? He says, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I don't know any other hams in my area. So it's, you know, again, we learned from somebody else. So it's important to give back. But this coax connector thing, you know, I've been on a crusade to try and get shields soldered for the last 35 years, and there's still work to be done. Still work to be done. And you want to make sure all those outdoor connections, you don't just leave them out there or use just flimsy tape. You got to weatherproof this stuff. Just the smallest bit of water in a connector can be catastrophic. I mean, not only can it sit there and arc or short, but I'm going to show you some connectors that have been photographed with just a little bit of water, and it's just amazing. How many wall warts do you have in your shack? 92. And our former ARRL president says he knows. 92. And those 92 wall warts are all saying something, and it's not good. You need to make sure that you try to get the quiet wall warts, and a lot of the noise that you have in your shack is self-inflicted. It really is. And you can learn so much just about turning stuff off. I mean, am I the only guy that went to the Sears here a few months ago, and I took an Icom R1 receiver I had to buy a new dishwasher, but I wanted an RFI proof dishwasher. So I said, Miss Salesperson, can you turn on your dishwasher, please? And listened to it, and made sure, and I'm happy to say, I am happy to say that I bought a German Bosch dishwasher as a result. Keep those notes. You got to have a station notebook. It is so critical that you keep notes on what you're doing. Otherwise, you're going to repeat disasters over and over and over. And keep notes during a contest. Those of you who have heard me talk before know that I keep a note card for every contest. And that note card includes things I want to fix, things I want to improve, things I want to change. There's a lot to stay up on. The internet is a treasure trove of information. You know, I read QST cover to cover and the RSGB magazine cover to cover, but there's so much information on the ARRL website, on the QRZ.com, on EHAM. You need to stay up on what's going on. Things move so fast. And then things like the CQ Worldwide blog. Randy Thompson, you know, again, some of the best contesters in the world here. The CQ Worldwide contest director is here, and he writes a lot of cool stuff on that blog. So you need to make sure that you're searching around for all the information. When you go through field day, don't be the guy that sits there and says, I want 40 meters or I want 20 meters, I want the best rate, I'll show you guys how it's done. Be the guy that coaches. Be the guy that says, hey, you come over here, I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to show you how to log and work people at the same time. And you know what I'm talking about. Many field day operations have somebody who's running the radio and somebody who's doing the logging. And that's good. That's a great way to get started. But you know, if they're going to be successful at the next level of contesting, whether it's sweepstakes or the 10-meter contest at home, it's good to get practice doing it yourself. And it's a learned talent. Make sure you're doing the right thing on the air. Everybody is listening to us. When I went to Germany a few years ago to the biggest ham fest in Europe, there was a ham came over to me from Bulgaria, and he said, you know, I didn't have the money to get on the radio and get a license for 15 years, but I listened to your station on 20 meters for 15 years. People listen to us. We have to be the example. You know, we come in and we sort of wreck the bands for 48 hours or 36 hours. Let's be honest, we wreck the bands. So we have to be careful how we do that, because we don't want people to continue to poke at us or to throw stones or tomatoes at us. We talked about giving a talk to your local club. You can find other ways too. You can write for the newsletters. You can write an article for the National Contest Journal. Pat Barkey, N9RV, took a lot of time. The glossary that you find in the back of the book is the work of N9RV. For those of you who are new to contesting and new to Contest University, that's a treasure trove of information back there. All the various acronyms that you hear here at Contest University are explained in detail there, so that helps you get up to speed quick. Look, Contest University was born out of the fact that I spent 25 years in suites here in Dayton, going up to people like Frank Donovan, going up to people like Ed Bissell, going up to Jim Lawson, people that had no interest in me, but I would ask them questions. Mr. Lawson, what about this stacking arrangement? What about this antenna? And he was patient with me and he answered my questions. This is sort of a cram. You get access to over 20 presentations here at Contest University in one day. And then you have a relationship with these Contest University professors. They'll all answer your email questions afterwards. They're easy to find. Their email addresses are on QRZ.com. Don't hesitate to use them. And if there's a question you haven't been able to get answered, email me. I'll answer you. I'll help you. It's important, too, that you set some goals. Before the start of a contest season, you sit down and say, here's what I want to accomplish with what I have to work with. You might be a QRP contester. You might be a wires-only guy. Pick something that you can have fun and show steady improvement. Ooh, this is the end. You're looking down the barrel here of a PL259. It's 2359 Zulu. And the inside of that, That insulator inside is all burned, and the guy never knew it, as the antenna didn't work. That's what it should look like on the right. That's what it did look like on the left, and that's just a little tiny bit of water. This article in November 2012, Bob Bastone, are you here? There he is. Whiskey Charlie 3 Oscar wrote that article for QST about this is just one way to solder shields. I know there is the accepted right way, but this way I know my shields are soldered. And I don't have the problem that a lot of guys do when they don't solder the shield. So be the best example you can be. When you're on the air, remember that everybody is listening. I don't care whether you're running 5 watts or 1,500 watts. And don't run more than 1,500 watts. It's a hobby, for God's sake. It really is. Do share what you have. You know how fun this is. All of you in here realize that this is the best hobby in the world. But it's also a secret, too. How many times do you go up to somebody and they say, "Oh, you're a ham radio guy. Didn't that go out of style? You guys still around?" You know, what purpose do you serve? And remember what our purpose is. You know, this contesting stuff is cool, but who better to handle traffic accurately at a high rate and know how to put antennas and stations together than a contester? So you're a very valuable resource when problems happen and emergencies happen. You know, it's important to get on the air too in between contests and just have fun and talk to some other people and expand your own horizons. And picking out somebody in your club or somebody that you know, maybe he's across the country and he operates a contest, and sending him an email saying, "Hey, I saw what you did. You did a great job." That one email might turn him around and say, "Geez, yeah, somebody's noticed." So take that opportunity to communicate that with somebody. And maybe they finished the contest. Maybe they worked 500 QSOs. Whatever it is, let's celebrate those things. And be active in your local club. You know, I hear a lot of guys say, "Well, my local club, it's a sorry situation. We don't have much money. The membership is dwindling. Either people are moving away or they're going silent key." Be a part of a revitalization and contribute to your local club. So, we are at that point where we have the votes for what sessions we're going to rerun. And I got to tell you, it was tight this year. But in Salon A, we will have the waterfall displays for contesting. So Salon A is over here. It's to your right. That'll be, that's Bob N6 TV, affectionately known as TV Bob. In Salon B, which is right here, will be Doug, K1DG, and 10 ways to leave your lover, to improve to improve your contest scores. And then in Salon CD, which is over here, will be, I believe it is Randy Thompson. And it is strategies on improving your USA contest scores. Yes, requested. It was tough. Cabrillo was right in the mix till the end. In fact, if there were 2 K5ZDs, we would do that. And we're going to do the RIDI Advanced Topics with W0YK will be in the Harding Ballroom. So I wish to you all good luck and a safe Dayton, and go out and find your way. 73.